Alright, got the valve cover off. That was a lot of fun. Gotta love Volkswagen. Gotta take half the car apart to get at something simple. Anyway, I just wanted to give some pointers on it. And when you're gonna go to take the valve cover off, you have to take the flapper valve off. And there's 3 bolts three Allens holding the flapper valve to the intake manifold, but you can't get to them unless you take the EGR line off. So I think that's a 5. So it's 5 and 6 in the Allens. So what you have to do is you have to take this return line off first. I'm assuming it's a return or whatever. You got to take that off. Exhaust return line, or yeah, return side, I believe. So you got to take that off, right? Take that off, and then you can get at the last bolt, which is hiding on the back side of the flapper valve here, because you can't get at it because that's the other return thing's in the way. So just a little pointer on that. Be careful with your nuts. Bolts, I should say. I wound up stripping one out, but that's okay. Here it is. Kind of messed it up. What I found that's helpful is you take a punch and punch the inside on the center of these. You can see where I punched that one, right? Because it's stripped. I still got it out, but punch them in the center, not too hard. You don't want to screw them up, but give them a good whack with a hammer. That'll loosen break the threads loose and allow you to get to them. The hard ones to get to are going to be on the back side, far left, on the back 1 and 2. Those 2 were the hard ones to get. That, especially that one, right? Second one over from the far left. Rest are pretty easy. Cam looks good, 415,000 miles. I don't see anything really. No really bad scoring. I just replaced the glow plugs. And I'm going to replace the vacuum lines tonight. So, and then put the pretty valve cover back on that I painted. And it's going to look nice. But anyway, I'm pushing compression test today. I'm doing 420 on cylinder number 1 and 400 across the board on the rest. I was hoping I'd be about 5, but, you know, wishful thinking. Lifters don't look bad. I don't see any scoring on the lifters. I don't see any issue with the oil I've been using showing any scoring or any browning or anything like that. These parts don't look too bad for 415,000 miles. Of course, you know, just visual inspection is vague. You know, really got to mic this stuff out to see where it's really at. But you know, looking at it, the lobes look good. I mean, I'm impressed. You know, you wouldn't see this shit on no American steel. Anyway, not at 400,000 miles. So she looks pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do is, what I had noticed is in my timing, I had my timing retarded. I had a hell of a lot more power, and I figured the only reason that could be is if I got low compression. So that explains it. I'm down 20%. I'm assuming. I think we're supposed to be about 500, 550. I don't know. I'll look it up later, but 400. So I'm gonna have to do some research online, see what I can do. But I'm probably going to wind up retarding the timing a bit and boosting up the turbo and getting a little more boost in here. And if I blow the motor, so what? I need to rebuild it anyway. So that's not my intention, but you know, I don't think these things they're goddamn durable. So you know, these are tough motors. So it's not like I'm putting 38 pounds. I'm going to probably run 20 pounds into it and retard the timing just a little bit below spec. But all right, man, that's what it is. Just wanted to let you take a look at the inside of on the cam, what a cam looks like on a TDI. When Mobile 1, full synthetic, extended performance, changes about every 20,000 miles, 20 to 30. What I do is I fill it up, change the oil. If I burn a quart, add a quart, burn another quart. It's hard to talk when you're leaning over. So on the second quart that I burn, I add another quart, and when I burn down half a quart, I burnt half my oil. It's gone. I change it. So that's what I've been doing for years, so works good for me. Alright, over and out. Hopefully this helps some people out. Pointer on the glow plugs, use some PB Blaster or some kind of lubricant to loosen up the threads, and let it sit a little bit. And when you're backing off these glow plugs, take your time, back them off. If they get really tight, back it out, screw them back in. Screw them back in, put some PB Blaster on them. When you do that, screw them back out, and you'll be okay. If you just try and torque them out, you're going to wind up screwing something up, breaking a glow plug. So, anyway, hopefully that helps some people. I got to get back to work on this beast and finish with this bushing set that I'm going to put in this shifter, and then I'm going to go inside the car and reset the shifter so it shifts properly, and hopefully that bushing just having a little wear doesn't cause too much of an issue. Can't be any worse than what it was. So it's a poor design anyway. There's a nylon bushing up underneath the shift tower, and you see this threaded part here. That's your shift tower underneath it, and that's a rod that goes right through into the transmission. There's just a crappy little nylon bushing. I mean, it's the biggest, hokiest piece of crap I've ever seen on something this important. Anyway, mine's wore out on one side, so when it wore out, it allowed for about a 1/16 of an inch of play. There's movement in there, right? So that allowed the dirt that gets up underneath here to get down inside the whole assembly and gum up the grease that was in there. Of course, that gets in your transmission too. And it's just a poor design. You know, if it were me, I'd put a brass bushing in there. But, you know, I didn't design this goddamn thing. So, anyway, what else can I point out? Anything else? That should be it. Okay, hopefully that helps some people out. Have a good day. Catch you later.